So we can calculate all kinds of investments where you make an investment today, you have some expenditures in the future, maybe a periodic series of expenditures, then you might get some sort of an investment, some sort of return, and then a really big return at the end. So how do we go about evaluating whether this is a good idea or not? We can just add up the numbers, take this plus this minus all these costs. Is that going to be good enough? Is that going to tell us what we need to know? Might you lose money? Yes. So we want to be able to determine a couple of different things. The rate of return on the investment. On this investment, not the published rate. So we call that internal rate of return. What are other ways we could calculate? You guys take it in the other classes? What other ways could I evaluate this investment? No, that's more accounting. Should have been an accountant. Net present value. NPV. ROI. Return on investment. That's sort of what this is. You can think of this as ROI as well. I could also look at the ratio. For every dollar I invest, what do I get back? So you could look at the benefit cost ratio. So once you've figured out all the values, you know whether it's, you get these down to costs and benefits in the present, you can do a number of calculations to figure out whether the investment is worth it. And you can do also some things not using the published rate. When you look at these equations, let's say you're going to discount something. You know, or you have an estimate of what you're calculating the value now. You have an estimate of what you're going to sell a piece of property for, or what your return is going to be. And you have some idea of when you're going to do that, the time. You can change the N and the I to determine, do some sensitivity analysis to figure out what is the interest rate that's going to make you money, what's acceptable to you. And then you compare that to the published rate, for example. So you have all the freedom to change these numbers to be able to evaluate an investment. But you have to know what these three things mean. So we'll do a quick example of that. Any questions? Okay. So they find the example. Yes. I was trying to mark papers last night, and I had 2 cats and 2 dogs, and they all decided they needed to sit on me at the same time. And so I printed out all your papers, and then the cat jumped on me, and the dog barked, and then the cat took off, leaving a streak of blood. And the papers went all over the place because I was too stupid to staple. So anyway, apparently it happened with my notes as well. Okay. Oh, okay, where's the example? Okay. Do something simple. Okay, let's look at 3 investments. And I'm going to give you the benefit and the year, you get it, and the cost, or the investment, year that this is incurred, and the interest rate. What's going on with the jackhammer next door anyway? Is there something in the basement, or what are they doing? Anybody know? Okay. So we've got 3 investments, A, B, and C. The first benefit is $4,000, and you get this benefit in year 2. Second benefit is also $4,000, and you get this in year 4. And the last one is $100,000, and you get this in year 8. So you're gonna wait twice as long. So you're gonna make an investment of $1,500 in year 0, $775 in year 0, and $12,000 in year 0. And each one of these investments, so you can do this with your money, but each one of these investments has a different level of risk and return associated with it. So we can calculate 1.04 as the risk associated, well, the interest rate's 4%. 8% with the second one, and then 15% with the third one. So if you're going to calculate the net present value, you need to calculate discounted benefits minus discounted costs. For the benefit cost ratio, it's the discounted benefits divided by the discounted costs and for the internal rate of return, you actually need to calculate this interest rate, because we want to see what the value is going to be. So to calculate the internal rate of return, you're going to take Vn, the future value, so this would be Vn. This is V0. Vn divided by V0. 1 over n minus 1 equals the IRR. It's a ratio, benefit, the ratio of benefits to costs. So with each one of these investments, it's relatively simple. It's a single benefit, single lump sum that you want to discount over 2 years, 4 years, and 8 years, and you want to compare it to the costs. So I'm going to take a few minutes and fill out this table that looks like this. Net present value, benefit cost, and IRR. See what numbers you get, and then we'll talk about the evaluation of the different investments. And if you don't have a calculator, or if your phone isn't as fancy, then just sit with someone.